Setting low on a hometown track, dust rolling up like a freight train stack. Cooler in the bed of a beat-up Ford. Crowds getting loud cause they know what's in store. Engines rumbling like a southeast storm. Another wild night where new legends are born. Grab your hat, grab your girl, feel that grandstand shake. Everybody knows this ain't no small town state. Cause we're full throttle Thursday night at them big bright lights, rubbing goals riding high, leaning hard through every fight. From the backstretch to turn four, fans holler for more and more. Ain't nothing beats that heartbeat racing. Yeah, this is iNRS racing.
All right, folks, welcome to the IWM broadcast of the iNRS Racing Series here on Thursday night. I'm Rick Souza here with John DeRudris in the booth. We have qualifying underway here for the Echo Park 200 here at Atlanta. John, this should be a blast tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm excited to be back in the booth. First one I've called this year. I miss it and cannot be at a better track. Atlanta, I think, is the best ticket in racing. It's the best ticket in NASCAR, and it's one of the most exciting tracks, not only on iRacing, but on the NASCAR calendar. And we have some of the best right here tonight here on the IWM Broadcast Network. Rick, this track is like no other. It's like Daytona and Talladega condensed into a mile and a half. There's some drivers out there that say that this is the hardest race of the year because typically super speedways, you have a second to breathe. You have to be on your game every single lap, every single inch at Atlanta. Well, I guess Echo Park now, depending on how you want to call it.
That's right. So right now, qualifying is underway. A number of drivers have qualified. About 31 drivers have put their times up on the board. More are qualifying as we go through. Looking at Cody Sandlin right now. But
yeah, I think qualifying is going to be a big thing tonight. Got to be up at the front, I think.
Yeah, we got 40 drivers here today competing in this event. So speaking of that, yeah, huge field. Let's go quickly to just what this race is tonight.
Yeah, for sure. So we have 130 laps of the stage break at lap 43, 5 additional tire sets, no fast repair, 3 green-white checkers in the fuel window, roughly about 55 to 65 laps here at Atlanta Echo Park. Looks like the temperature is pretty decent, 77 degrees, 35% humidity. So not too shabby for today's race. Pretty good conditions means the track will be a little bit more grippy. It's not going to be a lot of sliding around, but it's going to be a great one, Rick. I'm excited.
Yeah, right now, Dustin, I guess it's Kelba. Of course, bear with us, folks. Beginning of the season, we have 40-plus drivers here, and we're seeing some new names. He put up a time, just like that, Eric LeBombard jumped out in front with 40 XLI with a 30. Am I reading that right? 31.351 smoking time.
Yeah, I mean 3 thousandths quicker than the 16. Amazing lap time. I mean, top three separated by 4 thousandths of a second. So it's all going to be about those tenths and those hundredths, and in this case, the thousands. I mean, looking first all the way down to 31st, separated by 7/10ths of a second. 7/100ths of a second. So that means that it shows you exactly how close this field is here, and how every inch matters.
All right, looking else. I think qualifying is pretty much wrapping up. With that, looking at the timer, yep, that is the end of qualifying. So we're about to get this one underway. Now in this league, let me just double check. There's about a 5-minute warm up here where the drivers will go into their driver meeting and talk about today at this race. When you've got 40 drivers on this field, and Atlanta's a little bit different. When you try to get onto pit road, you've got to exit just before turn 3 to make your way to get onto pit road, because there's no way at these speeds with this reconfigured Atlanta that you can get down onto pit road off turn 4 at the last minute.
Yeah, it's tricky. We saw a lot of drivers sliding up above the double yellow or double white line, and that's going to be a penalty there. So I think you're going to see a lot of drivers might struggle a little bit if it's green flag pit stop. So very curious to see how the rest of the field is going to play this fuel strategy game when it comes to the average run can be anywhere between 55 and 65 laps. And so do you come down pit road at 43? Do you wait a little bit and try to come down 20 to 25 laps after that? It's going to be a big question here tonight in race number 2 of the iNRS Cup Series.
Yeah, and plus we do
very
have
exciting series.
Yeah, we do have a stage break around lap 43. Of course, that stage break will not come before a fuel window, so they can pretty much just race as hard as they want, and well, within reason, and come on in for that stage break and take the opportunity to put on fresh Goodyear rubber and fill that the car back up and head out for the second 2/3 of the race.
Yep.
So while some drivers are warming up, others are listening, some are doing both. Let's go ahead and bring up currently our keys to today's event. And somewhere it's here. Yes, of course, there it is.
All right. So first off, track position is going to be key. You have to be up at the front, and you have to be able to have that track position early on in the race. If you don't have that, it's not the end of the world. It's at the end of the day a super speedway. But you still need that track position at the end of the day. Second is going to be momentum. What I mean by this is momentum in the draft. Drafting at Atlanta is very important. And so when you have the draft and you work in the draft, you got to have momentum, and watch the momentum with the lanes. The low lane moves, the high lane moves. Maybe you'll have 3 lines, and you have to move with the momentum to be able to make your way up to the field. And last but not least, attrition. Attrition is the third key. It's the hardest track on the circuit because you're always on. So I think the driver that is going to be able to master the attrition tonight, momentum, making it way through the field and having the track position the last couple laps, that's how you're going to win this race. And those are the 3 keys.
Absolutely. I think the biggest key here for me, besides those, what things that I'm looking out for, is that this is super speedway racing, not on a super speedway. You've got it. Things happen so fast here at Atlanta, being only a mile and a half at nearly 200 miles an hour. What's happening as you're entering turn 1, what's happening on the backstretch or entering turn 3 affects you, and you have got fractions of a second to figure it out.
Yeah, and then the fraction of a second could be the difference between you going in the wall and you winning the race.
Absolutely.
Or between you making a good block or a bad block. It is all on the line. And really, if you had a 4th key, teammates. Teammates are going to be the key to this race as well. You have to be around your teammates, or at least manufacturers, because it does matter here in the iNRS.
Yeah, and just like what you see on Sunday, this is kind of a preview here on Thursday nights. They follow the same rules, so we're in. Our schedule is just like NASCAR schedule. We're in a chase, so no one gets qualified and automatically makes the playoffs. You've got to point your way in, whether that's through your position in the win or in stage points. So we'll keep an eye on those as the race develops here. So super important. Well, just about 30 seconds left before we get this one underway, and I'm looking forward to this one. This should be a blast.
Absolutely. No, it's going to be stoked. I'm stoked for this one. I raced in the series last year. One of the most competitive series I've raced in here on iRacing, and you're going to see some amazing action tonight.
A couple of teammates right now battling.
Yeah.
All right, we are getting ready. That's the end of practice. All right, about to grid up here. Let's find our drivers. Looks like they're on pit road.
Alrighty.
All right, let's go ahead and bring up our leaderboard. Leaderboard, that's a little bit. Our grid for tonight's event.
Alrighty, here we go. On pole for tonight's AutoTrader Echo Park 200, brought to you by the IWM Broadcast Network. We have Eric Lombard there with Dustin Kleba there in the 16, starting in P2. Starting in P number 3, you have the number 27 of Corey Yennis and Matthew Wheeler there in the number 10, starting in P4. Row number 3, bottom lane, Keith Fonseca there in the 61 with Lucas Gortman there in the 6th. Row number 4, you have Grady Gherkin and Keenan Shoddy there in the 45 machine. And in row number 5, you have Paul Irvin and Kai Collable.
All right, Alex Daffin is in P11. P12 is Garrett Walden. P13 is going to be Tyler Lim and Eddie Musau on the outside in P14. Row 8, you've got Gary Wells and Zach Carter. Row number 9, you've got Clark Franz and Vernon Broadback. And in row 10, you've got Jake Musau and Tony Japs.
In row number 11, you have Austin Walton there with Scott Bailey starting in the P22. P23, you have Brian Jones, Dakota Reeder in P24. P25, you have Brennan McKee and Jordan Winsel there. P26 and 27, Matt Parasini, Jeff Ramsdell. P29 and P30, Anthony Campbell, Joe Musso. P31 and 32, Brady Boatwright, Shane Trotter. 32 and 33, Vince Burns, Darrell Young Jr. We're going to try to get to this before the green flag flies. That might be the back end of the field. I think it is, and we are green. Green flag racing here at Echo Park. Here they go down to the turn 1 in a corner that is exciting and scary all at the same time.
All right. Eric Lombard out in front. Corey Ennis, Dustin Kiba, all there. Keith Fonseca, Matthew Wheeler, all right there battling 2x2 here as we get underway here at Echo Park.
Yeah, here we go out of turn number 4, the 58. Lombard there going to lead lap number 1. You can see the lap times coming in. Those lap times, obviously, they are going to shrink down quite a bit, probably going to be in the 30s, maybe in the 29s, depending on how fast they're running. But now the 90 or the 58 moves up to the high line, going to try and block and control the runs here, and that's the big thing is we have, maybe 3 wide there going into 3.
Right now, 3 Chevys up in front, leading 1, 2, 3, 4 Chevys up in front. We'll see how that plays into it with that new Chevy body style. Things are a little bit different here.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, and we've seen it work well in real life, and we're seeing it potentially work well tonight. Obviously, the front car with Corey Ennis there being yeah, it's a Chevy. I thought it was a Toyota at first, but Chevy's all in the bottom lane. As we can see, their top 5, all Chevrolets. The Chevy Brigade is out tonight, as we are already 4 laps complete.
Things happen fast here at Echo Park. Again, 1.5 miles, but it sure goes by fast.
It does. I think there was a car on the wall on the way back. I couldn't really tell who it was. Might have had a couple cars up against the wall, but we are now almost all single file. This is what's going to happen here at Echo Park Speedway. All these guys are going to get in line, ride around for a little bit, see what they got underneath them, see how the car's handling the track. Obviously, just like real life, it will wear a little bit, so the grip levels might be changing.
A little bit farther back.
Single file line.
That's the 39 there. That's Kai Collimore to the outside. He's got a little bit of help behind him, but they're the only ones that are kind of venturing up there on the outside, trying to make that high line work. 3 wide behind him, too. That's only for the brave of heart here at Atlanta.
Absolutely. It's definitely a challenge, because you don't really know what you got until you're around all the guys out there. And with 30-plus cars, it's going to be hectic. Obviously, this year, going to the essentially total point system, right? It's no more win and you're in, from what I understand with the iNRS. That's correct, right? They're following the Cup Series points. So that's a big thing there. Points matter more than anything. So you got to be there at the end. You got to be there at the end, and also you got to focus on stage points. So that's a big thing as well when trying to point your way into the championship rounds.
So these guys at the back, this group of about 9 cars here, they slipped behind the leaders by about a few seconds there, but they're behind the lead pack. I don't think that's a terrible place to be, because things happen so fast here, but they are losing a bit of ground.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy, but it will work. I mean, they can make their way back up to the main pack in a little bit, but because they will have a break here at 43, so still have a little bit of time. Don't want to get too far back. Don't want to get a lap down. Obviously, that would set everybody's race back in the back of the pack there. Definitely on the wrong foot.
Let's go down here to Josh Douglas and take a peek. Let's just compare some lap times here. So right now, he is back there. That pack that's in the back is off by about 0.2 from the leaders.
Wow. Yeah, that will slowly add up, and that's what you don't want to have happen. You don't want to be a lap down, especially after stage 1, after the first stage.
Of course, at the stage break, it is a big reset, but still, part of what you're doing here this year is to chase points, and hard to do that from pretty far back in the pack.
Right.
Right now, Corey Ennis is out in front. See how his teammates are doing. Right now, Jake Musso is back there in 13th, Eddie Musso in 15th, and Joe Musso back there in 23rd. Grady Gherkin. Now there's 2 teams currently fielded by Short Fuse Motorsports. You've got the Short Fuse Motorsports 1 and 2. Of course, these guys are back here. This is Grady Gherkin. You've got Garrett Walden, Zach Carter, Jordan Wenzel. all Brent's teammates are kind of like mid-pack at this point.
Not too. I mean, it happens. You know, you're going to have these teammates get shaken up, and you can see right there, you know, Joe Torres already not even near his team. But it's the beginning of the race, 13 laps in. A lot of time to get regathered, and at this point, you're just kind of figuring out what you got.
Absolutely. All right, 13 laps of 130 already in the books here. 10% of the race done, and we've just gotten started. Looking at Paul Irvin with WLT2 Motorsports out there in the 48. Currently sitting in 4th. He's picked up 5 positions. A number of already, we've just started, and we've got a number of big gainers. Matthew Patak is up 10 points, 10 positions so far.
Wow.
Daryl Young +8, Joe Torres +8, Vernon Broadback +7, Jeff Ramsdell +7. So already some big gainers happening. We were talking about how quick things happen here at this track. Let's go on board with Paul Irvin.
Let's do it. So you can see right now, I mean, it's definitely, hey, let's ride around, figure out what we need to do and where we need to go. You can see him right there, kind of battling with the wheel a little bit, slide up the track, kind of going to that second lane.
You know, you think after just being repaved, this track would be a lot smoother than it is, but it's not.
No, it's bumpy, and if you shove somebody at the wrong point or get the wrong air on the spoiler or on the side of the car, and you hit that bump just right, boy, you'll go around in a heartbeat. So very important to know where the bumps are, what they are, and see a move being made maybe to the outside line. It looks like he was like, hey, I'm just gonna jump in front of you really quick. I don't know if anybody's gonna go with him. He may be hung out there to drive, but the 48 up to the high line, and no one's gonna go with him.
Yeah, absolutely by himself, and he chooses to wisely get back in line, although a number of drivers further on back are trying to venture out to that upper line. See the 39 of who else? Kai Callamore out on the outside line. It's got a little help with the 9. That's Austin Walton. We've seen Austin before. He's a gambling man.
Absolutely. You also saw the 5 right there, or excuse me, the 43, if I'm not mistaken, get a little loose on corner exit out of 2 and out of 4. I mean, these cars look slightly unstable. That was one thing I was worried about, is how stable will these cars be, especially in the draft, especially on corner exit. Looks like he's fighting it right there. You'll see him slide up the track out of 4. He's done it the last couple times. That time it was pretty smooth, but that's a big thing here, is focusing on what could happen in the air and in the draft. It's so important. Garrett, very talented driver, and we've seen him have success here. Now trying to get clear of that second lane that is still falling back, Rick. You know, the second lane tried to build up a little bit of momentum, kind of falling back. But they have a few cars, they may be able to make a run up there.
Yeah, but it's going to definitely take, like you said, just a few more. They're going to need 3 to 4 cars, nose to tail, to try and pull something off. But with how difficult this track is, how unstable the surface is to some extent with its bumps and dips and where that seams are, it's a little sketchy.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, you can see right here on board how bumpy it is along Walden's camera. And this is what he's seeing behind the wheel. This is, see right there, that little bump. It got him a little bit out of shape. And so all these drivers are facing it here tonight. As we have a caution on the track, a little bit in the back. It looks like out of turn 4, a couple cars involved. Couldn't tell who it was. Oh, the 28.
Jeff Ramsdell.
Right,
yep, Jeff Ramsdell's involved. Joe Musso, yeah, a couple drivers got involved. So caution flies here, lap 22. Trying to get a picture of just where we're looking at Jeff Ramsdale's 97 here. He shows that he was involved. That's that black and white car in the middle there. So Brandon McKee was also involved from what the telemetry is talking about. We'll see. Right there, the 8 goes around.
Yeah, let's back that up a little bit, see what
happened.
happened.
Yep.
Look, he got loose.
Just got loose, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he slid up the track a little bit. So you could see him kind of come up the track. He's kind of near the top.
Yep. Lost it for a second there. Hang on, let me go back here. Trying to find out who that driver is. I'm not sure his paint actually matches. Oh,
yeah. Just came right across the nose of the 97. Nowhere for him to go. Stacks up the field. Really, I mean, lucky more cars weren't involved in that one. Oh, actually, he came back across the nose right there, the 90s. Oh, wait, hold on. There are a lot more cars than we thought, Rick.
Yep, 42 is involved. The 9's
the 55,
involved.
The 9, the 15 to some extent. Almost had another incident right here.
So the 8 was Vernon Broadback. That was the car I was not able to call out the number. All right, let's go back here. So live number of drivers on pit road trying to get some quick repairs made. Well, I say quick repair. There's no actual quick repair, but they're trying to get any repairs they can have done in the short time you can be on pit road. All right, caution flies here at the AutoTrader Echo Park 200. We thank you for tuning in tonight to the IWM broadcast here of the iNRS Racing Series. But so far, some good racing, except for that little bit of what we saw there. For the most part, it's been pretty clean. But, we've reached that magic time with these tires on this track where the grip just isn't there anymore.
Yeah, that's the question is, like, what is the grip level going to be? And we've seen it year after year. It's getting a little bit less and a little bit less. And at some point, I think you're going to see a shift in racing potentially. It's always, I think with the banking and the way the track's laid out, it'll always be a super speedway in some sense. But how long will that last is the question.
Yeah, agreed. Well, Corey Ennis is out in front. He is in the 27. He's elected to take the inside lane on this restart. Keith Fonseca to the outside in the 61. The 46 of Grady Gherkin is right there behind the 27, and the 48 of Paul Irvin with WLT2 Motorsports is to the outside. So lights are off on the pace car. This is about to get restarted momentarily.
All right, here we go. They're in the Echo Park restart zone. Got that one right. Let's go. Green flag back in the air here at Echo Park Speedway. Whoa, big stack up on the low line there. Hopefully everybody's able to do it. 48 moves down low, leaves.
Yeah, a lot of changes right there.
Yeah, a lot of moves very early on. All legal moves. As we now make our way out of turn number 2. Let's see what the field looks like out of turn 2. Yep, still pretty double file there all the way through the field.
Now, just let our audience know, the first 20, 25 cars, they did not come in during that yellow flag. They elected to stay out. Obviously, position is key here, trying to get some stage points. So they're on the same tires they started the race with. All right, solid racing here as we work our way towards the stage. 27 laps completed, the 43 scheduled here. Officially, they will close the pits with 2 laps prior to the stage. The pit lane will close right as they cross the stripe from lap 41 to 42. And that stage break will fly as they trip lap 44. Typically, the caution will fly as the 10th car crosses over the start-finish line.
And what I just noticed is the sun peaked out there just for a little bit, and that'll change track conditions, make it a little bit hotter, might make it a little bit slicker out there, so got to pay attention to that. Right now, the track temp has gone up 2 degrees since we have flown the green flag from 77 to 79. Wind's not a big factor. Humidity's great. So track temp definitely on the rise. That might affect these cars a little bit more as the race goes on. Right now, Corey Ennis up front with Irvin in second, Gherkin in third, Fonseca fourth, Portman in fifth, Lombard there in sixth. Daffin, Lem, Wells, and Walden make up your current top 10. Only 2 Chevys and 2 Fords in the top 10 there, Rick.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. You don't hit a Toyota till you get to Joe Torres.
Wow.
No, yeah. I think let's go back and see what this refreshes. The first turn is 15th, Young. Sandlin and Bailey. There's a gaggle of them back there. 15th, 16th, and 17th. You know, all the double file racing right now is back a little bit deeper in the field here. We're 3 wide.
Yeah, 3 wide. Yeah, 3 wide right there in the back. Trying to get that second lane formed up just a little bit. And that's what's going to happen. You will see this race develop into a 3-ride race at one point in time. It'll probably be 2 to go, 3 to go. But when these drivers start to get impatient, they're like, hey, I have a chance to win this thing. It's not waste any time here. You might see the race get a little bit more chaotic.
We're looking back here around 30th place. You see the 3 of Joe Torres there. Back of the pack.
Yep.
The 97 of Jeff Rams that we saw involved in that previous incident. Some tight race in there. Now, as we contrast this, we'll jump back up front. We're nose to tail here, single file, a little bit more sedate, but we do have a line starting, beginning to build up on that outside. With who else? It's the 39 of Kai Callamore.
Yeah, you got a lot of guys that are trying to make their way up to the front. And it always happens here at super speedway style racing. You got to have numbers. If you don't have numbers, you're not going to go to the front. So got to have that momentum there. Look at 40 XLI, 6th and 11th right now.
All right, they're trying. They do have a few more drivers that have joined that outside line, trying to make a run at the front with just 10 laps to go before we trip this stage.
10 laps, and that'll go by in a heartbeat, Rick, here in about 3.5 minutes or so, I would say. So now we're down to 9 to go, and I think you're starting to see the outside line trying to get formed. You see the 43 up there here at Walden trying to make that work. And you see other drivers trying to do it. Oh, we might have 3 wide here. 43 got left out to dry. He's trying to fit down.
Oh,
it's not clear, not clear. Saved it.
Oh, but to the inside.
Where is he coming back up the track? No caution. We stay green. Good piece of driving, everybody.
No, caution flies.
There it is. Thought they were able to keep it there. Yeah, that hole closed quick. Oh car
man.
Junked.
That is the 24 of James Close. I have no idea what happened to James. Let's take a look. 26 also, you just saw, that's Eddie Musso Jr. He just wound up towing into the pits. Let's see just what happened to James Close here, watching the 24. It's on the outside line.
Yeah, so he's in the back. Oh, Carp in the high line. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Boom.
I mean, he just,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah. Okay.
That's Eddie Musso Jr. Both those cars, I believe, are now they're junk. I'm
Yeah,
not sure they can recover.
Yeah, let's go back to the 3-wide incident that kind of started the whole thing and see if that had any influence on this incident. Back in turn 3, you saw 3-wide, pretty tight.
Was that up at where was that? Do you think, John?
Like the go around like the 43 car. Is where I think this sort of started. I don't know if that led to those cars being backwards.
Oh, maybe so. Yeah, I can see the contact right there.
Yeah, so let's look at that. So 43 is up there on the high side. The 39 goes low. And you see the 71 following in suit. There's literally, you'd have to parallel park that 43 in the middle there. The hole's there.
And it's not.
The contact. Everybody was able to keep it going the right direction, though. So kudos to everybody there. But what got those other cars? Okay, there's the 5 going low. Okay, 43 sideways 2. 43 is fine. 5 is in the grass. Got the lawnmower going.
Looking for, what spun Joe Musso? Because I mean Eddie Musso Jr. Because he was backwards.
Oh, he's sideways right there. You can see him coming down the track. He's coming back up now. And the 42 nowhere to go.
Yep, he collects the 42, and then that is where, unfortunately, here comes a 24.
Kind of weird. It looks like the 24 made a right-hand turn. Yeah, really. I wonder what that looked like from the 26's view. Like, holy cow.
Right?
Unfortunate there for those guys, everybody involved, but good job for some of those guys saving it. And that might be close to the stage. We have a couple laps left.
All right, we had our fun. The lights are off on the pace car. We'll get this back underway.
We have a couple laps here in the end stage 1. It's very important for some of these guys. So, Rick, in this situation, would you want to be in the low lane or the high lane?
Well, if you haven't come into pit, which the top 10 guys, really the top 20, most of them have not come in. I'm going to try and hang in that low line. I think with the momentum and the way this is going, that high line could be just a little slippery. And it just seems that you really need a good guy behind you to trust to, and you just never know.
Yep.
All right, green flag flies as they enter the restart zone. Corrientes.
Yeah, great restart there from the 27. As we see that high line starting to try to form up again. Nobody wanted to go there.
There's just 4 laps to go before this stage break.
And you see the 46 of Gherkin push Ennis. As the high line starting to get a little bit more momentum up there. A couple more cars trying to fit into that lane, trying to get momentum. Now going to be 3 to go at the line.
That's Paul Irvin up there on the outside. He's got the that's the Keith Fonseca in the 61 behind him. And that 71 we were talking about earlier, that's Daryl Young. He's up there as well. Now he dips down into the inside line.
Yeah, he's like, come on, let's go, guys. Let's go. Trying to get more individuals, more cars up in that high line, saying we can make some positions up here and maybe get some stage points for everybody in that high line. Now coming to 2 laps to go. Corey Ennis still out front. Is the move going to be made? Because this might be a little bit of a dress rehearsal for the end of the race when you see that second place guy try to make a move and go to the high side or the low lane to win the race. So are we going to see that here? Might want to pay attention to the front of this pack because it will change in a heartbeat. Outside line starting to stall just a little bit as they make their way up to the 4th car. 1 lap to go. At the end of this lap, this will be the stage.
Focusing on our leader, that's Corey Ennis out in front. 10 bonus points right now. His opportunity to collect and bring home and add to his total.
Yeah, I mean, it's valuable points once you get closer to the playoffs. Or I guess the chase, let me rephrase, is coming out of turn 4. 3 wide on the way back. Corey Ennis wins, but we have 3 wide at the line. That was probably close to the 10th place spot. So let's see Clark Franz right there in 10th with Young and Walden making up 9th and 8th. Round out your top 10. And that is the end of stage 1.
All right, once they line back up before we go down onto pit road, we'll have a better handle on how that all played out and who got what. All right, exciting 45 laps already here. 1/3 of the race done, and Corey Ennis banks 10 points.
Unbelievable. Great run for him so far. One of the better super speedway style drivers here in the field. So shout out to Corey for getting that win. And Gherkin there, Gortman, Daffin, Collimore, Lem, Wells, Walden, Young, and maybe that might not be exactly right. I saw the 7 there get in there, not sure. But that might be your unofficial top 10 as we're starting to see cars make their way down. Going to get some fuel and probably some tires as well.
I'm not sure we got a good shot of that. We'll do our best here to bring you pit road. Again, it's a long way around. You drop off on turn 3 to take this long stroll all the way down to pit road.
Everybody on pit road now. Pretty valuable here.
We're watching, expecting a whole bunch of 4-tire stops here. See them changing right sides and left sides.
Here we go, the race out of pit road. Who is it going to be? Oh, the 71. Look at that. Jumped up quite a... is that right?
That's right. Daryl Young out in front. Well, no, that's because they stayed out. Daryl Young stayed out. Scott Bailey, Matt Parasini, a number of drivers stayed out, did not come in. Looks like Grady Gherkin is the guy in the 46 who came out who won the battle off pit road with Corey Ennis. But that's going to put them back around 8th or 9th on this restart.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for sure.
So they've got nearly about a 10-lap better set of tires back around 8 or 9 back. So that could be interesting.
Absolutely.
All right, but up in front, you've got the 71 of Darrell Young Jr. He will be out there absolutely in the on the restart. He will have his lane choice, inside or outside. Looks like he is selecting the inside line. To the outside, you've got some teammates. You've got Scott Bailey, who's got his teammate Matthew Patek right behind. I'm butchering his last name. How would you pronounce that? Is it Patek? Patek?
I would think Patak.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, we need to get some clarification.
All right, our third caution. Of course, this was a scheduled caution here so far here in Atlanta. The field is forming back up. Looking for, right now we've just got one retired at this point. Both Eddie Musso and James Close also retired. He's out. But all ready to get this back up and running.
Should be a good run here.
Let's go racing, boys!
That was so loud, but that just got me so excited. I couldn't do any better. Green flag back in the air here. I took my headphones off for that one, Rick. Holy cow. That was loud. I loved it, though. Green flag back out in the air. It made me jump out of my seat. Holy oh my goodness. Oh, 85 dove down to the low lane there, trying to get filtered in. Some cars below the white and yellow.
Little bit, but nothing happening from race control, so all good.
Now you start to see that outside line trying to make their way back up. They get to the second, the third car, and then it has stalled out. Now they have a lot of drivers up there in that high line right now, where the low line has just about the same number, if not just a few more, and you could already see it. It's not as fast. Obviously, they're not pressing as hard.
Yeah, we got a couple of teammates up there on the outside. That's what you really need to make it happen. I almost thought the 94 was going to jump up to the outside trying to join that train.
Yeah, it seems to be... He's kind of flirting with the idea at the moment. He wants to do it, but he's not quite committed. He's also not really at the back bumper of the 71 just yet.
Got the 46 of Grady Gherkin up there as well. He's behind those teammates. Blue Collar
Let me
Racing.
tell you right now, it is very intense up at that pack. Let's ride on board with like the 16 car of Kleba there. Let's ride on board. See what he looks like. He's right there. He's in the midst. He got car to his outside. He got a car to the front, car to the back. I can see him trying to keep in front of those guys, but also not run into the back of the guy in front of them. And that's what makes this racing so difficult, is that you have to be on your toes at all given points in time. And you see he started all the way back at 37. Now he's all the way up to second place. Definition of going from the back to the front.
Absolutely. Yeah, one thing you notice when you get this in-car camera, if you're familiar with how this looks at like a Daytona or Talladega, is this track is nowhere near as wide. You can't do 3 wide, 4 wide. Well, you can. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend 4 wide here, Rick. I think you'd be wrecking. So
yeah.
3 wide is also tight. 3 wide is very tight. It's as narrow as Daytona, about 40 feet from the bottom, a white mark to the wall. So it's basically the same size as Daytona. Imagine if Daytona was 1.5 miles, and here you have it in Atlanta.
Crazy. That's it. Yeah.
Current standings right now for this race, the running order: Young out in first, Piracini in second.
Reeder, Ramsdale, Bailey, their top 5, with Kleba, Patak, Ennis, Gherkin, and Gaffin in the top 10. And I tell you that now, but that'll change in about 3 seconds. Oh. But look right there. You can see the lines forming the way that you're looking at this. The more cars that go in that high line, the faster they're going to go. But it just seems like they can't break the third car. I mean, they've been there the whole time. Maybe a little bit of pushing needs to get instilled there. As right there, might be a little bit of opportunity here.
Yeah, there's something happening. That outside line's got a little bit of something.
Yeah, they're a little bit more formed up here out of turn number 2. As they start to fall back yet again.
'71 of Darrell Young out in front. Matt Pericini behind him. The 97 of Jeff Ramsdell right there as well. Then they're not staying together tightly. That's going to potential open up a little bit of room, but luckily these temperatures are pretty cool because I'd be concerned about overheating. But not today.
No, not today. You have just about 75 coming to 74 laps to go. The fuel run probably is going to be somewhere.
Oh, caution flies.
And a caution. Well, forget the fuel calculator because we have a big. Oh my gosh. Hey, Rick, I think it's the big one.
Oh, they're still wrecking.
And we're still wrecking.
Well, I know one thing. It didn't happen at the front.
No, it barely even happened. What in the world happened right here?
I don't know, but I've got Keith Fonseca, Gary Wells, Zach Carter, all with meatballs. They've all got some major damage on their cars.
Yeah, here they are at a 3 and 4. See if we could speed it up a little bit. Oh, yeah, right there. It actually started right after the start-finish line.
Oh, there's someone sideways. Back it up just a little bit. That's the 99. That's, is it 99? Yes. Yep, that's exactly who that is.
Yeah, so what happened to the 48 up there? 48 just got loose?
You get a bump from the 3.
No. Oh, it looks like a big checkup. Look in front of the 43.
Yep. He backs out of the throttle and the.
Oh yeah, slams on his brakes. And yeah, nowhere for the 48 to go. Nowhere for the 3 to go. Then there's chaos. Yeah, that's the worst position you could be in right now. That 99. You are helpless.
Yep.
And then you have the whole field, Rick.
Yep. Everybody mid-pack back is unfortunately getting caught up in this mess.
Yeah, I mean, that's 10, 15 cars right there. 28's involved, the 61, the 45, the 8, the 89, the 15, the 42, 99. If I told you any of those numbers, yep.
All right, a lot of drivers on pit road making repairs. About half the field is there. Number of drivers going to need to get some major repairs maybe before they can continue. Zach Carter being one in the 5. We've got Keith Fonseca. He's got a meatball. He's got some work to do. All right.
All right. Well, 59 out of 130 complete, almost halfway through this race here at Echo Park. Young out front, Pericini in second. Pleba there in third, Ennis in fourth, Daffin in fifth, Reeder in sixth, Bailey in seventh, Collmore in eighth, Attack in ninth, and Gherkin rounds out your top 10. Lombard in 11th, Moosow and Campbell 11th and 12th and 13th. And I can't read anything else.
All right. Well, again, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight to the iNRS Racing Series here. We thank you so much for checking it out here on the IWM Broadcast Network. If you get the opportunity, click that subscribe button. Stay up to date. You'll get this race every Thursday night, which is the preview of what's going to happen on Sunday, and that's going to be followed by on Wednesday nights, because that's like the post event. So if they're racing here in Atlanta on Sunday, which we know they are, you're going to get this on Thursday night, and then you'll get the IWM series on Wednesday that's also at Atlanta. So if you want Atlanta 3 times, you got it. Thursday, Sunday, and again on Wednesday.
Absolutely. One of the best tracks on the schedule. In person, cannot beat it. Cannot beat it.
All right, lights are off on top of our pace car. We're about to get back underway. Daryl Young is in charge of this restart. He's in that black and gold 71 there. It looks like he's got like an octopi theme going on there.
Yeah, pretty unique for sure. Gotta love it. Gotta love when these guys get innovative and find either paint schemes they enjoy or make it themselves. Really cool.
All right,
All right, here we go.
Echo Park restart zone, and we're underway. Green flag flies.
We are underway. What I'm noticing, Rick, is does it look like they're having trouble launching? Like, it looks like a lot of guys are spinning the tires.
Looks like
Might
there's.
just be me.
I don't know that it's helping some, because those who are not struggling with it are taking advantage of it and picking up some positions. We've been here calling this race for 61 laps, and this is the first time I'm taking a sip of this tasty adult beverage, and I'm like, whoa, I've been occupied.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's we're at the halfway point basically. Kind of shocked, going by before you know it. And right now, before you know it, that outside line trying to get formed up again.
That's a 94 out there on the outside. That's Matt Parasini. He was up there in second, but he's moved up trying to figure out maybe he can make something happen on that outside. He's got the 39 of Kai Kalmore. Car behind him, though, and that Dudeweb's car's got a little bit of a blink going on. That's the 25, I think, of Jake Musso.
Yeah, he's having a little bit of trouble out there. And Rick, what I'm noticing is that if you want to win this race, you're either A, going to have to make a move in second or third place with the high line there, or you're going to have to be in the bottom lane in the first 3 to 4 cars, because this outside line does not look like it is the place to be. They have not been able to do anything all race. Now, they're right now up to the third place car. They have not been able to go any further. It doesn't give me confidence in that high line. I mean, you're going to have to make some sacrifices up there. Like, if you're the 94, I mean, it's obviously 67 to go, so not just the last lap by any means. But once this race starts dwindling down, you're going to have to get aggressive with side drafting. You're going to have to start forcing the issue a little bit and maybe start to do right there what he's trying to side draft. I mean, it's going to be tough. I think that outside line is a little bit of a different disadvantage the whole race so far.
Yeah, I just don't see the benefit. Well, obviously, it's the only, if you're going to try and make an attempt to get around, that's the only place you can go. But, man, it's just not working out so far.
Unless the inside line has a major lapse there with somebody moving up to the high side, or if there's a checkup or something happens, that low line is the way to be. It's the fastest way around the track. Oh, a little bit of contact there in the outside line. That's going to lose them a lot of momentum. You see how fast the momentum's lost. They went from the third car in line back now to the 5th car. So it's definitely a little bit treacherous out there in the high line. But also the question could be made, are you seeing some drivers save some tire by going to the high line? That's the question. It's a low line. You're running a tighter line. You might be wearing your tires a little bit more.
Yeah, and maybe so, but now they're falling back even farther. They're now falling back to 6th or 7th here. So, it's just It may be a collection of things. One, it could be tire fall off. It could also be, drafting partners. Right now, you saw the 39 Kai Collmore basically say, you know what, I tried it, it's not working. He bailed and dropped down to the inside line and take his chances down there.
Yeah, you can see right now, just really unorganized up at the top. These guys are abandoning it. They're like, we're going to keep on falling back. You can't sacrifice track position at this moment, and that outside line is starting to dissipate as we near 63 to go. 62 to go when we hit the line, so you're going to have one more pit stop involved here. Well, let's run through your field. You have Young, Kleba, Ennis, Reeder, Daff in your top 5, Gherkin, Collmore, Piracini, Lombard there, and Musau there in your top 10. Positions gained. Look at that. Daryl Young Jr. all the way up 33 spots to the lead. Matthew Patek up 25 to 12th. Dakota Reeder up 20 up to P15. Cody Sandlin there as well. He's in the mix up to 16th. And Josh Douglas up 19 to 19th. But wow, look at that. Daryl Young literally from last to first. You know what a very popular driver once said? If you ain't first, you're last.
You're right.
To the outside line, trying to get a little bit form back up, but let's highlight some of those drivers on 11th. You have Campbell, Piracini, Musau, Shoddy, Musau, Sandlin, Burns, Joan, Douglas, Ramsdale. You have Gortman, Walton, Japs, Trotter, Walden, Franz, Wenzel, Irvin, and McKee. Broadbeck, Boatwright, Wells, Carter, Fonseca, Lem, Klaus, Musau, Wheeler, and Barry. That is your field. As they run, and again, that'll change just about 3 seconds. Rick, right now, I mean, if you were in this race, where would you want to be?
Inside line, top 10.
Yeah, right there with you.
That's the only place I could think of. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, it's just hard.
Yeah, I would say inside line, top 5. I mean, it's a safe place to be because nobody can compete with you, and at worst, like right now, let's say the 84 decides to go to the high line. That's Daffin. Worse is going to stay right beside the 46. Right? So it's definitely an inside game here.
Yeah, I got to give it.
Line is definitely working.
Got to give it to Kai Collmore though. He's not giving up. Seen him again on the outside. He's got the 58 behind him. His teammate, that's Eric LeBombard. They're saying, you know what? Let's just do it. And they're on the outside. You got Matt Parasini who's tucked in behind him. Now there is a little bit of a hiccup happening. I think there's a lap car coming. That's going to right there. The 8 is coming through.
Yep, and that might cause a little bit of trouble. He's all the way up against the wall, so that should be fine. Like literally all the way up against the wall.
Yep. That's Vernon Broadback. He was involved in that earlier incident. Certainly doesn't have the card, but this is about points, so better to be out there running than not. But that's good sportsmanship. We see that in this league all the time. He knows he doesn't want to cause a wreck, so he allows the drivers to go right by him.
Right now we are at 55, now 54 laps to go, and the 71 of Young is leading this race. Cleta there in second. Ennis, Reeder, and Collmore, your top 5. And, if that inside line becomes a little bit more disorganized, that outside line will start to make some ground then. So
Here's an interesting fact, though, John. Daryl Young pitted last on lap 22. So he is the only driver in the top. Well, let me rephrase that. He's the only driver in the field that last went in on lap 22.
So he'll have to come down pit road here in the next 4 laps if my 60 lap counter is correct, which means
82. Yeah. Sometime he's got to break away and give up that position. The rest of the field, they're probably good to about 110. So he's unfortunately got to be the first guy to break it off.
Well, or will he be unfortunate? Because if you pit right now, you can make it to the end of the race if we're going off 55 to 65. So, is he playing the Dosey? There's a car on the inside line right now. I don't know if that was a pit maneuver or if that was a force-off, but that was a 21. Looks like they're back on track. No, he's actually below the line. Is he pitting?
That's Josh Douglas.
Yeah, he's back
Oh,
on track.
looks like he's a little bit of a wiggle there in that classic
with
paint
Young.
scheme.
Oh, yeah, one of the best. Will we see the 71 bring other drivers down? I think he's going to say yes. I think that's the answer. Because you can make it to the end of the race if you pit now.
Yep.
And I think if you get a couple guys with them, Rick, this might play into favor. So track position going the way of the 71 as of right now, coming to 50 to go.
Jumping
Go
down
out
to
car right
look
there.
at some of the Daryl Young. Let's see if he's in a Discord with some other drivers here. So I don't see him currently in a team Discord, so there's a good chance he's by himself. Now, unless he's got some race-to-race communications.
Not sure. I mean, it's got to happen soon.
Yeah, 82 laps in the books. That's 60. I think he can probably stretch it to maybe 88. But then my math, and it's, of course, there has been some cautions. So, there is some fuel savings during those cautions. You can stretch it out a bit more. But when you're running up front, you're flat out. Your foot is on the floor for the most part.
I think you're going to see it happen here sooner or later. I mean, the field's really jumbled up right now. I think, take advantage of that. Take advantage of the field being a little bit more spread out. Come down pit road, maximize the track position. You got to have somebody that goes with you, but if you can get a pusher, you can really make this race. Ooh, hold on to it there.
Yeah, that's a 46. That was a little sideways. That's Grady Gherkin.
It might have been a push. Let's see. Outside line dissipating. 39 sideways.
Yeah, he's got a big push from his teammate.
I wonder if they're talking about fuel. Because that outside line is dropping like a fly. Goodness gracious.
Well, everybody knows it's one more stop to make. Could be
Yeah,
a
I think you're
71's
gonna
kind
see
of hoping for a caution, or
maybe. What are their speeds right now, Rick?
let's go on board with Daryl. He's not backing off. He's 182 miles an hour plus.
Yeah, not backing off by any means. Last lap was a 29.817. The question is, when is he going to come down pit road? I mean, it's about time. It's about time. So will it be this time? I don't really see anything different as input, so no, not this time.
He's a gambling man, John.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. I mean, the field is all jumbled.
They caught back up to the 8 again.
It shows you the difference in speed. Maybe right here. No, still. Wow.
88 complete. Again, he pitted a lap on last 22. That's 66 laps on that tank. All right, let's just math this again, because clearly my calculator was off.
So they're running fuel, correct?
Yeah, so 18 gallons. Liter up front, somewhere about 5.5 miles per gallon. That's 66 laps. Got to factor in those cautions, though. That's the wild card here. Don't know if he was actually clutching it during those cautions to try and save some more fuel. He probably save another 5 laps of fuel there, so that puts us at 93. But then that's bone dry.
Yeah, that is bone dry. But I think we're just gonna have to wait and see. I don't know if we really know the calculation at the moment. I think it's kind of up in the air. But what we do know is one more stop, and that'll be the end of it. That'll be the last stop that these guys have to make.
Yeah, and just like that, someone from Daryl's team just messaged us. We have about 4 more laps, boys. All right, there we go. We appreciate the communication. Thank you very much. Because all we can do is speculate. Yep.
Yep, there's the number. So roughly about 93 to 95, depending on when he saw that, when we were talking about that.
Yep, so maybe a couple more laps.
Yep, couple more laps. And then I think you're going to start to see this race get really interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw multiple people come down with him.
I was about to say, I think multiple people will, but I think not everybody will. I think it'll be very select few, might be his teammates. It will not be the whole field, though, because the whole field, they can go a little bit longer. They should be able to go about another 20 or so laps. Which puts us around lap 19. I guess light 19 to go, rather.
Yeah. 93 laps complete of 130. 38 laps to go before we put a pit in this race. There he goes.
There it is. There he comes. He's the only one I see. Oh, he can't get above that line. Oh. Save it, 71. He saved it. He might have a penalty, though, Rick. I'm not sure.
Nothing's showing currently on the screen, so no black flag. Looks like he was able to make it work.
He was the only car to come down pit road, though. That is not a fun sight to see. The question is, can he get out before these guys make it back around?
No way.
Because that is his only saving grace right now, unless there's a caution.
Yep, I'm keeping an eye on his pit time. Very few green flag stops, or none so far, so we'll just see what that adds up to being. He's actually on pit road for an extended period of time. I did not see a speeding penalty come out.
He must have gotten something there.
Yeah, he is trapped there.
I think they're holding him.
Yep.
Oh, tough break.
That's unfortunate, yeah.
But that's going to put the 16 of Kleba up front with Ennis in second. He's been up there all day. Reeder's been up there as well. Daffin, Perosini, your top 5. Gherkin, Collimore, Lombard there, Campbell, and Musa.
If there's your current lap leaders right now, Daryl Young brought 48 laps. Corey Ennis now is in charge. Yep.
Smoke in the back. Don't know if that's going to cause a caution. I thought I saw some smoke.
Definitely saw smoke, but no idea where it belongs. I think
there it is.
55 Vince Burns may have brought out that.
Caution.
Shane Trotter possibly as well. So the information we're getting was he had an unsafe pit entrance, which we kind of saw on that coverage. Watch the 55 of Shane Trotter here. So at 55 is Vince Burns. Looking at the 1 of Shane Trotter. Let's see if we can get a better shot of that. Hang on 1 second. Let's back that up a little bit. That may be a better shot. 55 came down in front of Shane Trotter, who's in the 1 right there. I think the 55 was out of shape and wound up coming back in. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that PetSmart car, you see, got it all kind of straightened out here, got it kicked out. They're both sideways on the apron. Typically, that doesn't draw a caution.
All right. Well, as you can imagine, everybody is on pit road right now.
Yeah, this is going to change up the whole complexion of the race.
Yep, with just 32 laps to go. Interesting, the 6 of Lucas Gortman did not come in. He pitted last on lap 58. He stayed out. He'll pick up the point for leading a lap.
Interesting.
Must have something up his sleeve, figuring that maybe the caution is going to fly again. He pitted last on lap 58. So he can run straight up to lap 124, but did he save fuel?
That's tough. I don't know.
That's what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Lucas Gortman's thinking he's not going to have to go in, but unfortunately, he's got a freight train of cars behind him who, for the most part, all took fresh tires.
Yeah, the fresh tires it's going to be an advantage, and I think that's going to catch these guys out for sure. And I think that's going to be a major factor here. I mean, you need tires at the end of this race. The moves are going to get bigger. The runs are going to get bigger. You have to have 4 fresh goodies underneath that stock car. All right, I'll ask you again, Rick. What do you think? Inside line or outside line? Has your answer changed?
No, I'm sticking to the inside. I'd love to say that the outside line works, but I don't know what's going on with. Maybe it's the new body style. Maybe it's just the new model. I just don't see it working from the outside. We saw this during the duels. We saw it happening at Daytona. Sometimes that outside line just does not. At least now, it's not working.
You're right. And the sun's coming out a little bit right now. They're like, hey, we're going to make this a little bit more interesting. They're going to enter the Geico restart zone, and we're green flag racing back here at Echo Park Speedway. Track temp still at a lovely 79 degrees as we are now 31 to go. Outside line still dissipating. 84 tried to come down. Was not clear. Still not clear.
Corey Ennis is right there on the tail of Lucas Gortman.
Yep, 84 of Daffin made his way down, and we are back to racing going into turn 3. Rick, I think for somebody to make a move, that outside line is going to have to be at least up by the 3rd car. The 2nd place car is going to have to move to the high side, get a side draft, pull that front car back, and then pull the top lane with it. It's going to have to work like that, and then that's where you might see this outside line start to gain some momentum. You're going to have the side draft be an influential factor in that, or it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and you just worry that you really can't pull that off on a track that's as bumpy and these cars are slightly unstable here. And You know, to make that side draft work, you've got to be really close to that guy and be able to hold it there to suck him back. And with the amount of bumps in this track, that makes it super sketchy.
Yeah, but also you could see the cars are sparking as they're hitting the corner. So now you have that aspect of it. So a lot of different things that are coming into play late in this race as we hit 29 to go, going to be 28 to go with the line.
Again, Lucas Gordman did not come in. He pitted last on lap 58. Everybody behind him is fresh tires, ready to go.
Yeah, that's a little bit tricky, a little bit treacherous. I don't know about that one.
Nope. Matt Pericini's back there, currently in 6th. He's leading that outside line. He's got some help there with the 4. That's Brian Jones, who's about a car and a half length behind him. Those guys are really going to have to be stuck to each other's bumper to make that work.
Yeah, at the moment, it's outside line blinked a little bit right there, the 25 and the 28, and that does affect the draft. Even though the car might be there on iRacing, it's not there on the screen or anybody else. It still affects the draft. It's like the car wasn't there. So you have that momentary lapse of air. And now we see, contact. A little bit in the middle of the pack right there.
Yeah.
Now we got some action, folks.
Yeah, we do. The drivers just woke up and realized there's 26 laps to go, and if they're going to get anything, they need to get a move on. You're 3 wide mid-pack.
Ooh. I think that might have been a mistake by the 81. I don't know if he meant to go that high, but he is the only one now in that 3rd lane. I don't know if that's going to work. He may try to squeeze back down. For me, he may be heading to the back of this pack.
That's Jordan Wenzel.
Yeah. Jordan, one of the most talented in the league. We've seen him win over and over and over and over again.
We got the 48 of Paul Irvin right there he's the meat in that sandwich.
Yeah, you see the 81 trying to get that side draft a little bit down the backstretch going into turn 3.
He's got a little bit of help from that from the 3 that was there that moved up a little bit, but down the 3 is waffling a bit. He's now all over the place.
Yeah, this is a little dangerous right
contact, here. Yeah. I don't know how he keeps that. That's hard.
I don't know. I don't like I don't like this at the moment. He's keeping it there though. So I mean, he's got the car, he's got the run. But you see him down? Did he just downshift?
No, still in 5th. Yeah, still in 5th.
Yeah.
You're on board with Jordan Wenzel here.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a very dangerous situation because if there's any movement in that inside line, that outside line, or I guess the middle lane is going to shift up. He's trying to get there. I mean, he might be able to.
You can see just by looking out of his windshield how little room there is between himself, the wall, and the car next to him.
Yeah, he's definitely side drafting that 48 like crazy right now. Trying to pull alongside, and that's where the battles are. As we start to go to the front of the pack, though, Rick.
More 3 wide happening.
Yeah. We're wrecking, though. Hey, he's going to come back up the track. I think he came back up the track, and it's a big one again.
That's Grady Gherkin who's involved.
42, 45, 71.
Scott Bailey, Grady Gherkin, Garrett Walden, Kieran Shoddy also involved in that incident. So caution flies here, lap 109 of 130, our 6th caution of the night for an incident in a pack, about mid-pack, right, John?
Yeah, mid-pack going into turn 2. Very dangerous, very treacherous.
Watch that 46 right there. Something happened around that driver.
Oh, looks like somebody came across someone's nose.
So the 46 came down on the 58?
Yeah, I think the 58 was there. right in front of Kai Collymore. Kai Collymore sneaks through there. 73 does not, and that's where the carnage starts.
Yep, the 11 involved as well.
Also, I just now realized the model now has the A-post. The A-post update when a car gets backwards.
Yep.
Just saw that float up. Pretty cool to see in action. Wow.
All right, a lot of drivers involved in that incident, and all of those drivers, most part, are coming down onto pit road, trying to make some repairs. But good for Lucas Gortman. I'll give him that. You know, 19 laps to go. He's got to be fuel saving.
Yeah.
Yep. He's basically dog paddling right now.
It's going to be definitely interesting to see how long it lasts.
Well, I really
save all the way to the end.
This caution plays into his hand because he needed probably to find a way to save a lap or two of fuel more, and doing it under caution is a way to do it.
Yep.
All right, less than 20 laps to go here when we get this restart. We may get the lights going off the top of the pace car next time by. And we do.
All right, Rick. Asked you once, asked you twice. I'm going to ask you a third time.
I want to be Corey Ennis.
Still like the bottom lane?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't. You're basically, no matter how good you're running or how bad you're running, for the most part, you can just stay there and you're stuck. You're good. Why the 6 is taking the high line? I don't know.
Unless he thinks he can somehow side draft and pull that line along, I really don't know. I'm right there with you. I don't know.
He's obviously got a rabbit up his sleeve. We've seen him saving fuel. But Corey Ennis, he started this race up at the front. Lucas started in 6th. Corey started this race in 3rd. He's now up to 2nd. This is where you want to be.
Yes, it is. And here we go. Might be for the final time into the Echo Park restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Outside line. Great jump. The one time we've seen that happen. And Gortman gets in front of the 27. Are they teammates?
They're not teammates.
They're different manufacturers.
Yep, IRFK with Lucas Gortman and Short Fused with Corey Ennis.
Maybe really good friends.
Buddies.
Really good friends.
Yeah.
You never know out here. But here we go. 18 laps to go here at Echo Park in Atlanta. Outside line trying to get form back up there as we see the field very spread out, though. They're going to have to get this form back up to make any run on the high side. Look at IRFK Racing. Lucas Gortman at 1st. Jeff Ramsdale, 23rd. Tyler Lim, 33rd. And Matt Wheeler, 39th. It's not looking good.
Yeah, Matt's out of
the
the race.
Rest of those guys,
yep.
Unfortunately, yeah. So Lucas Gortman carrying the field. Ooh, big check up low lane. Big check up low lane. There's SFM. Corey Ennis leading that bunch in the SFM team. With 3 wide now in the middle of the pack. That's a 98, I believe.
Yeah, big battles going on right there. That's
58.
Kai Collymore finds himself in the middle, 28 to the inside.
And here we go. We got the action now. now we are cooking.
16
Outside
laps to
line
go.
16 laps to go. Outside line being led now by the 16. He was there in the low line for a long time. That's Kleba there. Kleba, sorry for mispronouncing that. We got 3 wide again, though. That 58 is just not making friends. Watch him go through the middle with Kai Collimore there.
Those
He's
are teammates.
Forget y'all.
58,
Yeah, we're going
39.
to the front.
Oh. I don't know the number of that blue and white car behind there, but he was sideways.
Well, Rick, if there was anybody to battle these leaders, it's going to be the 58 and Kai Collimore, his teammate, the 39, because they are making major hay. Look at this. Oh, you got the short fuse teammate, I think, move up to the high line. That's the Musso.
Yep, that's the 25. That's Jake Musso, who had some connection issues earlier, but seems to have figured that out.
Yeah, and the pushes are bigger than ever right now.
That's what you need.
14 to go now. Short fused, SFM has a great opportunity right now. If they can hold this position, they could get one of their drivers to win if that outside line holds where it is. If the 27 lays back and able to get a run, that could be the last lap pass. But we have 13 to go. It's not the last lap. So can that 25 kind of hold up that high line just enough to give that 27 a great shot up and give a shove and win the race? That's the move.
That is the move. Absolutely. He's trying to hold off the 40 XLI drivers who have been aggressive all night long. The 39 and the 58. They've been able to gamble and risk, get on the outside, try to make it work when nobody else was going to make it happen.
Yep, here we go. Gortman had to shoot the top side, tried to block it, wasn't able to do it. Here comes the 25. Jake Musso. Jake, right? Jacob?
Jake, yeah.
Jacob. And we have a new leader. The high line has taken advantage here at Echo Park Speedway late in the race. 25 drops down to 58 does too. Leaving his teammate. That's a bold move. Leaves his teammate out to dry up in the high line. That might come back to bite him.
I think he may have done that to try and stall that line a little bit because that 6 was going to make a run. There he goes. There's some chess playing happening out here tonight, John.
Oh yeah, chess, musical chairs, however you want to describe it, it's all happening here. With just 10 laps to go, 25, Musso trying to make sure he can block both lanes now.
He drops down. 58 runs back up, back with his teammate. Out of nowhere, you got Joe Torres in the 3 up there now.
Wow.
Joe Torres started way back. He's picked up 36 spots. Currently scored in 4th.
Oh, hold on to it. Saved it. Somebody let him in.
That is the broadcaster's curse right there, buddy.
Hey, it wasn't me this time. It wasn't me.
I own it.
Typically,
it's
it's
all
me.
I was shocked.
Here we go. We're still 3 wide in the back. But right now, that 27 of Corey Ennis trying to get up through the field now as that high line's dissipating. But up front, the 58 and the 39. Lombard and Collimore, teammates there.
Oh, my gosh.
Teammates behind him, Musso and Ennis.
40 XLI guys retake the lead. Out in front, 58, 39, 1 and 2. Jake Musso in the 25 behind them. And Corey Ennis is trying to find a way to get around these guys.
Yeah, that 39 was a little bit loose there in 3 and 4. If you take the air off the rear end of some of these cars in the corners, especially on entry, you will feel it, especially the back end. It'll want to go around on you. Watch this. Watch the 25. He's going to get right up to the back bumper of the 39. I didn't do it that time. But if he does it, it gets that front car squirrely. As we now approach 6 laps to go. High line now starting to become a factor again.
Yeah, it's Lucas Gortman trying to make that work again.
Yeah, he's got to get some help there.
Not much time. He's got about 5 laps to go once we get to the line.
Yeah, it's got to do it now.
25 all over the rear end of the 39 as they go into turn number 3. So he's right there this time.
Solid racing by the 58 and the 39 out in front, holding on bumper to bumper here as we're coming down the final 5 laps.
And here comes the 6. You saw him enter the frame. He's the 5th car, or up to the 5th car in that bottom line. He has 4 more cars to go. When will that low line start to make a move? Because if somebody decides to shift up like right now they did, that is what that high side needed to be able to blow past them, because that's going to leave some opportunity there.
Yeah,
they gap. Here we go.
Yeah, they need to break that draft of the 58 and the 39. Take it away for the second or two and get that outside line moving, but the 25 needs some help. He needs that 27 to come up there and really give him a good push.
And here it is. The 90 or the 58 is going to have to block. He goes to the outside to block. Oh, might get a little loose right here.
He holds it. He holds it.
They're pushing in the corner. That's dangerous. Coming to 3 to go. Oh, I don't like pushing in the corner in the tri-oval, but you're going to have to do what you got to do.
25 makes it out in front. 27, are they going to move down? Yes, they do. They move down. Jake Musso takes over the lead.
Perfectly executed.
Oh, they're spinning. They're wrecking. The 58 goes around. Caution flies.
That's a whole field. That's a whole field. That's a 20-car pileup. Oh, maybe not. Okay. That is unbelievable, because I thought the whole field was going to be involved in that.
No, they escaped it.
One of the front runners, though. Oh, the 58. Tough break.
He's gone. He's out. Looking at, he's got a meatball flag. That car is unfortunately destroyed. Oh man.
They were up there the entire race too. Let's see what happened here on the replay. So the 25 and the 27, Musso and Ennis, great moves there. Lombard there and Collymore in the bottom lane. 58 slides up. It was the 6. Gorman got loose and came down.
Try to get a better shot of that.
Oh, it was a shove? Was it a shove by the 48?
Possibly by the 48. They're all pushed a little bit in the corner. He may have gotten a little bit of a tap, and unfortunately, contact ensues.
Oh, I mean, they're lucky nobody else was involved. I mean, look at the field. The field just shoots low.
Look at the one that got in. The one, Shane Trotter, actually went up high and slipped by.
Nowhere for the 43 to go.
No.
But he makes it by. The 15 involved. 81 still sideways. 85 there. That could have been a 20-car pileup.
Wow. All right. So, looks like we will be going with the green-white checker here, John.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
So now you're either Jake Musso or Corey Ennis. Jake has to figure out where he's going to start. You got to be the inside, right? You got to protect that inside with the green-white checker. So top 4 is Musso, Ennis, Collymore, and Gortman.
I'd say outside. The reason why is because they're teammates, right? So, like, if the 25 takes the outside and the 27's on the inside.
Yeah.
It'll be an easier transition to go from high to low than low to high. You don't want to do that. So, I think 25 starts high. 27 in the low lane. 27 lets him take that spot. And then every man for himself after that.
Right. Now you Kai Collymore sit behind the guys on the inside. You've got Lucas Gortman, who'll be in the to the outside there in the second row.
And lights are off. Here we go. Yep, and exactly like we were saying, that 25 took the high line. That's exactly what he needs to do, because you know those two teammates are going to be talking. They're going to know when they're going to launch.
And the goal is to get that 25 car right in front of the 27. But as it stands right now, folks, Musso in first, Ennis in second, Gortman in third, Collymore in fourth. Irvin, Parasini, Daffin, Torres, Ramsdale, and Campbell make up your top 10. Mix of Chevys and Fords and one lone Toyota up there.
The three of Torres, who we thought we cursed a bit, but it all worked out. He's back up to 8, top 10. So, all right, drivers are entering turn 3, about to go back to racing here.
This is it, folks. This is the final, what could be the final restart. 2 Chevys in the front row, 2 Fords in the second row, and a lot of hungry dogs behind them. They're in the Echo Park restart zone. Green flag in the air. Oh, hold on to
Lucas
it. Hold on
Gortman
to it.
Spun the tires, and someone else is in the grass.
No caution. No caution. You may. Oh, the 27 is now. Oh, yeah, where it is. There it is. There it is. I wonder if that was a admin controlled, or if that was an actual caution there, but you would have seen a lot of drivers get a black flag.
Yeah, I think the 71 wound up with a black flag. Unfortunately, I also think what I'm seeing, Paul Irvin in the 48 also has a black flag. Not sure, probably passing under yellow.
Yeah, it was passing under yellow. Those are definitely going to be waived because the 19 spun the tires, and you have just nowhere to go, right? You have nowhere to move. We're going to re-rack them and restack them. And
looks like there was an incident here. The back of the pack.
So the 6 spun the tires. Oh, yeah, major checkups. Yep. 07 around right there in the 42.
That's what brought out the caution. Oh.
Oh.
89 tagged him. All right. Well, the top 4 has changed a bit. Now it's Musso, Ennis, Kai Collymore in third, and Alex Daffin now in fourth. So this will be our second attempt. Well, let's bring back up the keys, John. Let's see how they played out in our event.
Yeah, I mean, track, position, momentum, and attrition. All 3 have been the story of the game, and I think one of the better teams and drivers have been SFM and the Collymore team there.
40XLI.
40XLI. I mean, though they have been able to be up front, carry the momentum, and be able to battle that attrition there. So I think you gotta look out for those guys. I mean, Musso and Ennis look very strong, but watch out for Kai.
Yep, had it not been for that incident with Eric Bombard, 40XLI was definitely making a run to challenge Short Fuse.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, next time by, the lights will go off on our pace car, and we'll make one more time to, well, we have one more after that, but let's hope not to use it. Couple comments in the YouTube chat, definitely going, pulling for the Kai Collymore to win this race. We'll see how that goes. There's no cheating. This is iRacing. Can't have cheating.
Is someone saying there's cheating?
Oh, allegations.
Right. I think actually they do have an anti-cheat software, right?
They do, built in, yeah.
Yeah. So.
That doesn't mean you can't door somebody, but it's all good.
That's not cheating. That's just called. I mean,
That's right.
depends on.
That's Rubbin's racing.
Yeah, it depends on what side of the coin you're on. Are you the bug, or what part of the situation? Are you the bug? Or the windshield?
Right.
Sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes you're the bug in the windshield in the same accident. So either way, this will be an exciting finish.
I think I want to go back to the Three Stooges and say, I was a victim of circumstance.
Exactly. Exactly. Welcome to Super Speedway Racing. All right, folks.
All right, lights are off. We're going to do this another time here. The short fused team, Jake Musa to the outside, Corey Ennis to the inside. We'll see if they can pull this off, but they've got some competition behind them. Kai Collmore in the 39, as well as Alex Daffin in the 84 to the outside.
All right, here we go into the Echo Park restart zone. Hopefully for the last time. Green in the air. Great start from the outside line. A little bit of a tire spin, but they're able to clear. And that is perfect execution there. That is step number 1.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle with a 25.
Yeah, as we see the 39 trying to get a run. I imagine that 39 and the 48 are going to link up here. They're going to shoot to the outside line. Oh, hold on to it, folks. That's a car sideways in the back.
Yep.
But you have an outside line trying to be formed. There goes Kai to the top lane.
He needs that 48 but the 25 decides to block.
Oh, that's a brilliant move. Brilliant move by the 25. White flag in the air here at Echo Park. That is exactly what he needed to do. That might be the move of the race if he can get this done, because they're going to be in a side draft battle until the end. Don't get too far out in front for the 25, but here comes Kai on the outside. We got the side draft going. We got shoves happening into turn 3. Outside line is dissipating, Rick. And here comes the 27 and the 25 to the line. Musso wins at Atlanta Echo Park with his teammate right behind him and a big old wreck behind them.
Fabulous racing. Jake Musso wins, Corey Ennis and Kai Collmore. That's your podium.
Yeah, that block, Rick, that is what won the race. He blocked the high line, which completely stalled the run, which allowed the low line to build back up momentum. And like we said, the outside line was not able to have anything for the inside line, and it showed there in the last lap. What a run by that 25 and the 27 and the 39. The 3 guys we talked about being up there the entire race. Going to get their celebratory photo.
All right, there's your celebratory photo. All right, that should give. Hopefully, Jake's got some fuel left, because he's going to burn it down.
What a run. All right,
Absolutely.
let's see. See the burnout cam. Are we going to have a burnout from the 25?
He's got the opportunity. We're giving him the cred.
Jake, the floor is yours. Floor it. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, there it is. Your winner here at Echo Park Speedway, 25, Jake Musso.
All right. All right, and with that, let's go ahead and bring up our race results.
Alrighty, here we go. Starting all the way up there in P19, made his way up to P1, Jake Musso with Corey Ennis there in second. Kai Collmore finishing in third with Keenan Shoddy there in P4. Paul Irvin finishes in fifth. Alec Daffin in sixth. Anthony Campbell finishes in seventh. Joe Torres in eighth. Jordan Wenzel up from 26 up to P9. And Matt Perusini finishes in P10.
Shane Trotter finishes in 11th. Garrett Walden in 12th. Dustin Kiva in 13th. Jeff Ramsdell in 14th. Austin Walton in 15th. Joe Musso in 16th. Brian Jones in 17th. Matthew Patek in 18th. Cody Sandlin in 19th. And Brandon McKee is in 20th.
In the 21st position,
if it will advance.
Drum roll, please. While that's loading. There it is. Oh,
too far. There we go.
There it is. Dakota Reeder finishes in 21st with Scott Bailey finishing in 22nd. Tony Japs in 23rd with Daryl Young Jr. there in 24th. Grady Gherkin in 25th with Vince Burns finishing in 26th. Lucas Gortman in 27th. Clark Franz there in 28th. Josh Douglas finishing in 29th. And Brady Boatwright in 30th.
In 31st, Vernon Broadbeck. 32nd, Eric Lombard. Tyler Lem, 33rd. Zach Carter, 34th. Keith Fonseca, 35. Gary Wells, 36th. Eddie Musso Jr., 37th. James Klaus, 38th. 39th is Matt Wheel. And 40th is Chase Berry.
Yeah.
All
want to
right.
give a quick shout out. Joe Torres up 31 spots up to P8. That's how you do it there. Your hard charger of the race.
Well, with that, we'll go ahead and bring our third place finisher into the booth. That'd be Kai Collimore. All right, let's get Kai in here. Kai, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Third place finish, hard charging. Man, you were going after that high line all race long. It finally you made it work towards the end.
Yeah, well, it takes a lot of time to, win in the casino. So we gambled a little bit up top, and we had a lot of help. Kind of sucked at the beginning because no one wanted to go, but started to get a lot of people along there, and finally they noticed that it's actually doing something.
Absolutely, it's a shame that your teammate there got caught in a little bit of an incident there at the end. You guys were really making a good charge.
Yeah, I feel bad for Eric. He brought really fast car. 40X Fly brought really fast cars this weekend, as they usually do. Just sucks that we can't both. I mean, one of us always delivers, and whenever we're racing, we're always up front. But it just sucks for Eric because he's been caught the short end of the stick for every single race besides the first two. But other than that, he did well. We went up to the front, led a couple laps for him, and that's the big thing we were worried about.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your P3 finish. Any shout-outs tonight?
I want to thank 40XY Racing, of course, Jordan Booth, my mom for giving birth to me. I want to thank Caden Collado for making me this beautiful scheme. Thank Eric Lombard for pushing me so well. I mean, I've never been pushed so good at Atlanta, I don't think, especially with this new aero package, because it's really hard to push with how you pack so much air on the spoiler, and it's just so loose with the tires. So he did a great job. I want to thank Jacob Musaw for working with us, Matt Perswini, and also just God for letting me wake up another day. So, yeah.
You got it. All right, there's your third place finisher, Kai Collimore, here on the podium. And with that, we'll bring in Corey Ennis to the broadcast booth. Corey, heck of a race tonight.
Oh, thank you so much. That was fun.
Man, Atlanta Echo Park never fails to deliver some wild racing, and certainly today it was there.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I feel bad for a couple of my teammates that got caught in some wrecks, but I think we made up for it.
Absolutely. You guys we're talking. We'll grab Jake in a second here and talk about that key block, man. But that was those restarts. You guys had it figured out.
Oh yeah, it was perfect. It worked for when I was with Lucas. When Lucas was leading, he took the high side, and I kind of let him in, just because I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose the bottom. And I was like, you know what? This might work. Jake, why don't you take the outside and we'll just roll the bottom? And it was the perfect call.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and bring, since you guys are teammates, what the heck? Let's bring you both in the booth here. Jake, welcome to the broadcast booth. Congratulations on your win. Just talking to Corey about how you guys were able to pull off this win going through those restarts.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I would never want it without Corey. That guy's absolute animal. I love him to death. Uh, can't thank his pushes enough. He helped me to the Xfinity win yesterday and to the Cup win tonight. So that was pretty cool to have him on the restarts with me, and just getting the top line jump, and then I'll jump down in front of him. So that worked out really well. Couldn't have done it without him.
Absolutely. Corey, I don't want to miss the opportunity. Any shout outs for you tonight?
Oh yeah, I want to shout out the whole Short Fuse Motorsports team. We kind of created like a second team with some friends we made last year. So shout out to them. I wish they had a better race, but finishing 1-2 can't be any better. Shout out to all the people that watch. This is a really entertaining league, I think, and I hope that people enjoy it at home. And I appreciate you guys for broadcasting this. You guys do a great job. Thank
you very much. And Jake, we saw your success last season, and not a bad way to follow up.
Yeah, no, I was really shocked this year with all the new talent we got in the league. I was kind of scared I wasn't going to get one. The talent's pretty deep this year, and it only took 2 races. I felt like I could have won Daytona too, and then I had an incident with my teammate, but we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, no, I'm really pumped, man. I think we got a good group of guys this year at SFM and SFM2, and I think it's going to be a great season with all the talent in the league.
Absolutely. Of course, next week things change. We won't be with you as you guys head over to Dakota, but you guys go from 2 challenging super speedways to an F1 style road course.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a change up. Just going to be whoever finishes second. I mean, we got Jordan Wetzel. So, it's just going to be the battle for second, I think.
Well, we wish you guys all the luck in the world. We'll catch you back up in Phoenix. Congratulations tonight. Do you have any shout-outs, Jake, before we close?
Oh, yeah, definitely. All the boys at SFM, SFM2, they're all our good buddies. They're a great group of guys. I'm glad we got a good group this year. It's a lot of fun to race with. You guys for the great broadcast. It's always fun to go back and watch. You guys do a tremendous job. And Scott and everybody that puts on the league, all the admins. It's a challenging job to do, and I really appreciate them putting on a great league.
You got it. All right, folks, there's your winner tonight. Jake Musso takes home the win here in Atlanta, while Corey Anderson second. Kai Collmore finishes in third. Great race. We certainly have enjoyed it here in the IWM broadcast booth with John and myself. John, any thoughts tonight?
Oh, amazing race. I mean, shout out to Jake for the win. Corey, obviously, there, and Kai, top 3. Phenomenal guys, phenomenal drivers. Great race, and cannot wait to see what they do in 2 weeks when we'll be right back here with Phoenix. So really excited to see that one.
All right. Well, from John and myself and all the folks here at the IWM Broadcast Network, we thank you for those who have tuned in tonight, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Phoenix in the iNRS Racing Series. So I guess, John, it's good night.
Good night, folks.
All right.